I've just been having fun wearing my YouTube holiday Christmas shirt. You know, I don't know, it's fun. I wear it throughout the year, but just Southern California is so warm that once it gets into the spring, into the summer, even up until recently, I don't know, it'd be so warm that I didn't really feel like I could wear a sweater. Because I feel like I'm the kind of person that I do get cold easily, but I can also get warm easily too. So the thing about a sweater is sometimes I prefer to like wear a short sleeve shirt and then have like a cardigan type sweater over it because it's more adjustable. Whereas with a sweater, I feel like it truly has to be cold weather to warrant wearing a sweater, you know? But anyway, so I like to look at some cutesy TikTok trends. Like there's one where women are talking about you're not 17 anymore, and I've been seeing this one make the rounds, and I kind of want to post that. Or you're not this age, or you're not that age anymore. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about this a lot. Ladies and the men of high value, you get more beautiful, you get more intelligent as you age. Like this whole idea that a woman's value like somehow peaks at, I don't know, a certain age, forget that. Because what about a men? Like, do women going around saying men, like, oh, your value peaks? I don't know. It's just stupid. But, like, because I was looking at this TikTok post by Dina Tokyo, and she was just saying, it's the one, like, you're not 17 anymore, and you haven't been 17 for a long time. And these men are just, like, making kind of snide comments about how she's not wearing a headscarf anymore. Well, that's one example. There's other examples where people will act like, oh, the younger version of yourself is more exciting than the one now. And I'm like, no, we dismiss that. We dismiss that stuff out of hand. You just don't do that. I don't do that. But I'm just like, it's gross. I'm like, really, dude? Like, it's so weird. And what was meant to be a fun trend, like, ends up being weird. And it's kind of sad, like, that social media goes that way. But to be honest with you, I think some people, they leave those comments out and stuff because, hey, you're like her fan club or something. It's like people are so obsessed with people being a certain way, and when they evolve or change or just show more of who they are as they mature, they don't like that. They don't like you to come into yourself because, I don't know, maybe they feel like you were easier to manipulate at a younger age, or they just don't appreciate, like, and it just tells me something very ageist about our culture, which I will never buy into for 1 second. Women have sky high value at every age, sky high. It's so sky high, and just good men get that too. Like, don't ever let anybody tell you that you don't have sky high value as you age, because it's a lie. It's a lie in the sky. And I thought we were over these lies. I don't know. Is it because people are like leaning right, that they want to lean into the lies? Because it's just concerning to me that I can watch a movie from like the 1930s or 40s that's more pro-women, or like even based on that era that's more pro-women than like some of the stuff people are posting on social media now. And I'm not saying, like, if you want to be a conservative woman, nobody's keeping you from that. But like, I don't, like, who are these women that don't know how to balance the checking account? Because stay-at-home mothers in my mom's generation and my grandma's generation, and even before that, like, their husbands used to give them their check and they took care of the bills and stuff. And now there's like this new breed of women that they don't, and by the way, this doesn't happen in Islam because his money is your money kind of thing. Like, I don't know. If you were, like, why is it that Islam just, like, the pure intent of Islam, like every time it's presented, it just looks better than this alt-right Christianity where they're like, oh, like, a woman can't balance the checking account, but his money is your money. Like, and if you were to divorce your wife in Islam, like, you have to, like, provide. I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Like, these Christian nationalists that are showing up on FYP, and I'm like, why is this the thing? I don't know why this is the thing. And there's people that lived like really, really wild lifestyles in the 80s, 90s, even a few years ago. In the panini, like wild. And now they're on, like, and like true Christianity is not, it's not like what they're doing. Actually, the Muslims who are actually true to their faith are practicing Christian virtues better than a lot of these Christians who, I don't know, like they're doing flashy Christianity for the FYP, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not interested in that. Most people don't really, like, nobody's impressed, like you're showing off. Like, it's not impressive, it's not cool. Like, the real Christians are helping the homeless, going to homeless shelters, feeding the poor and the needy. Like, they're taking care of people in their community, just like Muslims who do charity. They're not like these people on Instagram and the TikToks who are bragging about like how conservative they are and how, oh, my husband doesn't let me balance the checkbook. That just sounds Lulu Delulu. Are you Delulus? I don't know. It's just weird. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So a lot of people find it aspirational, but I find it kind of like you're being fooled, because I don't think the people posting that stuff are really living that way. I don't believe that. They're on social media. When we talk about scamming whammers, let's talk about scamming whammers. First off, they're like using their faith like to kind of model, which whatever, use whatever you want to like for your social media, that's fine, but they're using it to drive it, because some of those ads, they pay bank. They pay bank, let's be honest, okay? So, or they get endorsements or lines or whatever, but they're making a lot of money, but they're not like using it for like charity. They're using it to line their own pocketbook. And then there's the new one that's been like showing up on the FYP lately, people who used to do the spicy, but now they're godly. And I'm like, oh, I question a lot of this. Like, what is the intent of posting that kind of content? Is it just because you saw this was a new lucrative thing? Plus, these women that are pretending not to, like, have a job, like, they literally have a job. They are social media creators. I'm not going to call them influencers, because that just sounds silly. Like, I don't even know why anybody would want to call themselves an influencer at this point. It sounds kind of weird. Like, you're a creator. You're a video creator. You're not an influencer. I mean, I don't know. It just sounds weird, but they're pretending that they don't make money. They don't make a dime, not a cent. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. Honestly, it's just some of the stuff shows up, and I'm like, yeah, just scroll past that. I'm not going to comment on it. But I would be a little skeptical about these things that the people are presenting, that they're like this particular lifestyle. Like, I don't know. But I'm also not really, like, I like to live more of the introverted life, which I promote in my social media. And the introverted life is not keeping up with the Joneses. It doesn't matter what form, what era of Joneses it is, or what everybody's doing. We don't need to do what everybody's doing. Like, it's funny, I even got a comment on this channel where somebody told me, oh, you have pretty hair, but you should cut it. And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, really? Like, I don't know. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, obviously, I'm growing my hair, and I'm growing it because it makes me happy, and I'm growing it for myself. But a lot of people, they find this very confusing. And they're like, well, why are you growing your hair? I'm growing it because I like to, and I think it's beautiful, and it makes me happy. And it's not to be a trendy pop. Because super long hair that you grow yourself, apparently that's not trendy going into 2026, like with the masses, like not really. Like, I guess it's trendy to pay $4,000 for extensions. And I talked about this yesterday, and nobody will ever acknowledge this, that people aren't compensated for that, but yet some of these same people will be making videos about overconsumption and how you shouldn't, like, overconsume on things, but yet they're okay with like the predatory, I don't know, whatever. Like I said, I recalibrate my FYP every time. I'm like, yeah, this video really doesn't apply to me. I don't know. As introverted people, we have a place on social media, but it's not to follow the trends, and it's not to be like, you know, the big person, I guess. Like, I don't mind. I would love more people to watch my videos, but I could never change a part of myself or just like deceive people about something I'm doing. I would feel so guilty. Like, I don't know how these people can sleep with themselves at night, but it's always been that way. Like, people love to market themselves a certain way. I guess it was all this kind of, I see the arc of it really, like, it used to be the girl boss, and now it's like being kind of conservative, alt-right. Well, in the US anyway, I don't know what other people, well, maybe in Europe too, but it's not aspirational to me. Like, I don't know. I watched Swing Shift. That was kind of aspirational. I thought about doing a movie, a video, reviewing it. Maybe I will, but I've done that before. Like, I've done films where I review movies, and I get a few comments, but I don't, like, the few times I reviewed movies, I didn't get lots and lots of, like, interest. Like, I didn't get a lot of people seeming highly interested in hearing me review movies. But the thing I kind of liked about the movie, and I guess something that I found that, even though I really do like Goldie Hawn, that I find kind of disappointing, is it seems like she downplayed Kristen Lottie's part, or just the female friendship, which you can still see it in the movie, but I feel like she downplayed it because she wanted her star to kind of shine. And then I watched some of the old trailers for Swing Shift that came out in 1984, and it is interesting because Kristen Lottie, she's not anywhere like in the main advertising. It's like Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, and I'm like, but she actually was a co-star in this movie, but the way it's made out to be is that she's like the supporting role, and she's a really good actress, and I guess she got nominated for an Academy Award. She didn't win it, but was nominated for her role. But I guess it was recut because Goldie Hawn felt like the way the original director was creating the movie, like, was downplaying her and making her seem like more of a, I guess you would say, like, ensemble member of the cast, because it's supposed to be mostly about Goldie Hawn, which I don't know. I do find that a little disappointing, actually, but maybe she had her own reasons for that, I guess. But it just goes to show you, like, when somebody's really good, like, they will shine through. Like, you'll have, like, there will be movies and shows where, I guess, like, well, here's another example, like Full House. I guess Bob Saget's ego was kind of, he didn't really like that the Olsen twins were kind of outshining him. Like, there'll always be, and then you have, like, Family Matters, where Steve Urkel's character kind of takes over the show, where you have a certain actor who just does something with the role where what they're doing, like, might be even considered not the main role, but their acting skills or just what they bring to the table with that role will kind of outshine the main actress. And some people don't like that. And I think that happened kind of like with Sex and the City too, whereas Sarah Jessica Parker, she wanted the series to mostly be about Carrie. But years down the line, I mean, people like all the characters, but a lot of people have like a big interest and respect for Samantha, and they kind of feel like the show should be about Samantha because the way that Kim Cattrall just portrayed herself and her acting, like, it carried the show in a lot of ways. Like, she really, really carried the show. And you'll just always have like an actor who's not the main actor, like, all of a sudden they're getting the stardom. And I don't know, I don't watch a lot of movies anymore, but I always do find this kind of interesting. Like, you'll have somebody like who's in a main role, and then somebody else is kind of getting notoriety and respect that they feel is entitled to them. And I just always find that very interesting. We live in a society like that where I think you even see this in influencer land, where maybe like a smaller creator is doing something that a bigger creator basically has to emulate. I don't know, some people say steal, I guess. I don't know. I don't really go into all that because, like I said, that's not really my domain. But we should be, if we're going to use social media, we should use it for good and to promote things that we like. So I thought about kind of reviewing the movie after I read some articles and have rewatched it. And I don't know, I just decided not to really write a video and make a video about it, just because, I don't know, it's just right now, like, I can do certain kinds of content, but because I have to respect others that live with me, I just feel like I'm not really able to make certain types of content that I used to make a little bit more easily. Like, it just makes it more difficult when you live with people who don't want to be on camera. And I'm kind of real deal, like, I film where I can. I'm not one of these people that has like a private studio for filming, which to me, that's fine. Like, so I don't know. I do a lot of talking live streams, but apparently my sister thought because I never talk, but I talk all the time on my lives when I do lives here. She doesn't watch me on YouTube. How would she know? I don't know. And I guess unless it's like bite-sized, oh, we better make it bite-sized. Here's our bite-sized clip. People don't really want to watch that. I don't know. That's just, everybody has this short attention span theater mindset these days. Whatever. It's fine. I don't really care. But yeah, I do talk. I talk. It's not that I never talk. I should incorporate some hair better. My hair's got unincorporated. I'm so afraid. I'm like, I put it more incorporated. A little bit more, more incorporated. I love this stuff. It's so good. It might be a Dollar Tree thing, but I love it. And it's basically a dupe for the Johnson & Johnson one. And I guess there's a version of it at Walmart, although I went where I thought the baby aisle was because they sell it in the baby aisle apparently. I don't know. I don't have babies. I don't go perusing the baby aisle, but apparently maybe that's where they sell it. I should look at another store one of these days, like when I need more. But I feel like I'm pretty stocked up right now on it. So here's one braid. We'll do the next braid.